Life is so serious, cantangerous and dangerous. Listen, this man said to me, this is his first time speaking in public. And I will give you a little 10 minutes. This man was going on for the last half an hour, 45 minutes, point after point after point, and I'm happy that the crowd consumed it and they listened to it, and I want you to give Corey another round of applause, please. Please, a first-time politician, and this is my second time around my second electoral process, but the first time I can remember taking the stage, butterflies, but but at that time, I had senior political members to go on before me and soften up the crowd. But Corey went on first. He was thrown into the deep end, and he would say that was great representation on behalf of the party. Corey Grainger, thank you, and it would need you at my spot meeting as well. Thank you very much, sir. Now, on to the next speaker. You know we're trying to keep within the times that we have in accordance with the Barbados Police Service, and we don't want any issues, so we will be out here on time. So the next speaker we have up, this gentleman represents the party and the country at the highest level. He represents the party and the country at the highest level. He is a senator. He works in the upper chamber. For you, if you watch Parliament TV sometimes or online, you would see him arguing, you would see him debating. And I would urge you people that sometimes, you know, you take a little break from the Netflix, take a little break from the series, and just watch a little of what is going on in the country and how these issues are impacting you now and forevermore, especially the cost of living. Because what we would call cheap back then is very expensive now. Case in point, before you used to buy a 2 for 16 French effect, now it's 2 for 19, but I ain't got no more to say about that. Mr. Worrell is also the candidate for St. Michael Central, and we ask him, if you have friends over there, to give him your support, your unabated and unwavering support. And now we ask him to come and share a few words on behalf of Mr. Andrew Cave. St. Matthias, wake up. I can keep you here for a little while.
Rastafari never leave I alone. So even when the road get rocky, me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going gets tough, I said the tough gets going. My people don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in.
Good night to the dear loving people of the Democratic Labour Party. Good night to the residents of St. Matthias and to the constituents of Christchurch West. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here tonight to speak to you on this platform on behalf of our candidate for Christchurch West, none other than Mr. Andrew Cave. Someone who I think will be a great representative for this constituency. Someone who will definitely look out for the interests of the people of this constituency, not only of Christchurch West, but for all Barbadians. Because we in the Democratic Labour Party, we are caring people, and we are listening, and we are looking out for the interests of the people of Barbados. And Andrew Cave is one of those persons who will go all the way to make sure that Barbadians get their just rewards in this country. And as you notice, as you go around Barbados, there are a lot of people who are not satisfied with this government which is in. Give me the vote and watch me, and you're watching, and you're not liking what you're seeing. You're watching, and you're not liking what you're hearing. You're watching, and you're not liking the way how they're treating you. Because at no other time in the history of Barbados have we felt so much fear, and all as a result of this Barbados Labour Party government led by Mayor Amor Motley. We are fearful in our communities, and when we walk the roads, the visitors are fearful as well, and this is a community which contributes, which butts and abound the tourist areas. They are fearful because of the crime situation, and you have a government which is in, which does not seem to have the political will to deal with the crime situation in this country. We're also fearful because of the high cost of living. Whenever you go to the gas station to put gas in your vehicle, you are raped at the pump. Whenever you go into the supermarket to buy food to put on your table, you feel as though you've been violated by the cashier. Whenever you have to pay your utility bills, and not to mention flow, you feel as though you are being violated, you feel as though you are being kicked, you feel as though you are being trampled, and it seems as though there is nowhere out for the people of Barbados. And you know what? The Barbados Labour Party government under Mayor Motley does not seem to care. And you do not hear them articulating on behalf of you, the people of Barbados, especially at a time where they control 29 seats in the lower house, all of the seats that they need to make legislative change that could bring about and ease the condition for the people of Barbados. But they're not doing it. You don't hear it from Duguid. You don't hear it from Mayor Motley. And when you hear Cynthia Bradshaw, she will blame climate change for the potholes that are decorating the roads of Barbados. We cannot continue like this as a people. We cannot continue like this with a reckless and a don't-care-ish government under the Barbados Labour Party. That is why you need persons such as Andrew Cave. That is why you need our political leader, the Honorable Ralph Thorne, who will be here later tonight to speak to you. And you need persons such as myself and all of the other Democratic Labour Party candidates, Corey Greenwich, to take the mantle of this country and to walk with you, the people of Barbados, and take Barbados forward. That is what we need. And that is why it is important that whenever the bell is rung, whenever they decide to call the election, that we, the people of Barbados, we consider and we vote for change in this country, because our future and our livelihood depends on it. We cannot trust the Barbados Labour Party. They have not shown the political will to deal with the issues that touch your hearts, that impact on your lives, that impact on your livelihood. They are not doing it. I am certain that as Andrew canvassed this constituency, which has a number of young people, that the constant refrain that he would hear, we are concerned about the job situation. Because you know what? Barbadians are not being employed in this country. All of the construction that you see going on, you will have just seen a hotel open just across the road from here. And if you go along the west coast and further along the south coast, you'll see other construction projects going on. But when you look at the persons who are walking in and out of those construction sites, oftentimes they're not our young Barbadians, many of whom are trained, but they're not given the opportunity to work on those sites because they're giving the labor to persons who will come into Barbados and work for far less than what a Barbadian can afford to work for. We know the time has long passed for any labor in Barbados to be paid $65 a day to work. It is not fair. But yet, that is what they're paying some of those people on those construction sites who are not Barbadians, $65. And what they're not telling you is that they may also be putting them up in accommodation and providing food for them, which you're not going to do for the Barbadian workers. How can you expect a Barbadian who has a child to take care of, who has a child to send to school, who has rent to pay or mortgage to pay, who has utility bills to pay, who has to go to the supermarket to work for such small amount of wages, and then you're given the impression that Barbadians do not want work? This is what the Barbados Labour Party government has done to the people of Barbados, making us second and third class citizens in our own country and giving priority to other people who are coming in. that they can get the jobs ahead of you, and causing many of our young people to have to remain on the block, remain unemployed, remain underemployed, and not having an opportunity to utilize their skills. The Democratic Labour Party is not about that. The Democratic Labour Party will ensure that Barbadians are given first priority. Our young people need to be given access to job and good quality jobs where the NIS is being paid. Good quality jobs where they have security of tenure, that they can even go to courts and bring out of bed. I'm certain many of them wanted to go to courts over the Christmas holidays that just went and purchase things to upgrade their house, to upgrade their lifestyle, but could not do it because they did not have a job letter to say that they were fully employed, that they would be able to repay courts, or that they can go to the credit union and get a loan to help them out with the struggles in life. That is what Mayor Motley and the Barbados Labour Party and DUGID is allowing to happen to the people of Barbados. If they're not treating you right now, when they come around in their red, when the election bell is rung, begging you for a vote, remind them of the suffering and the hardship that you went through, and let them know that it is time for change. And Andrew Cave will rescue you, the people of Christchurch West and St. Matthias. Corey Greenwich will deal with the ones in Christchurch South. Rashid Belgrave will deal with the ones in West Central. Andre will definitely look out for the persons in St. Michael Central, in Waterford, Savannah Road, all of those areas. We recognize that potholes can be fixed in Barbados. Climate change, we're getting more rain, but we are also taking the money and the taxes when we fill up our cars. So therefore, the money is there to fix the roads, to fix the potholes. They're doing an expensive mill and pave project where the roads are only lasting until the next shower of rain. We must wonder who is benefiting from those projects, such as the mill and pave project that is costing over $10 million just to resurface a road, which does not last past the next hurricane season or does not last after the next downpour of rain. Where is all of that money going? Those are the questions that you need to ask the Barbados Labour Party. You need to ask DUGID as a senior minister. You need to ask the Prime Minister when she comes around. You definitely need to ask Santia Bradshaw, where is all the money going in the road repavements, and why do we have to drive around on substandard roads which are not car-worthy? That is the situation in which we are dealing with under the Barbados Labour Party. Taking all of this money from us, giving it to companies to do mill and pave projects and develop substandard roads, and then we are left with roads which are not car-worthy, roads which should not be driven on. But they want to tell you that that's because of climate change. We all know better. We went to school, and we know that the roads could be better fixed and the situation could be improved. And we know that the job situation in this country could be better as well, and the Democratic Labour Party intends to do that for the people of Barbados. Up to today, every single area of this country is fallen and in a deplorable state under the Barbados Labour Party. Health. I am certain that none of you would want to have to go to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital tonight or at any time at all. And you know what? They don't want you to come either, because they often put out the notice telling you not to come. But where are you supposed to go if you have a healthcare need? The health situation in this country is at a horrendous state. It is horrifying. Many people in Barbados have nightmares, especially if they have relatives and family members who need medical attention. They do not want to go to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and this Barbados Labour Party government is not providing any alternatives. You also have the crisis when you go to get your medication refilled, because you get it refilled this time, you get one set of medication. The next time you go, the drugs that you have, they don't have that in stock, and they have the ones which are far more expensive. So whenever you go for your medication now, you have to walk with additional money, because you never know. Just the other day, the pharmacist said to me, you'd never know what you will get when you come in here to get your medication repeated. All of this is because of the poor and deplorable state at which the Barbados Labour Party have health in this country. Under the Democratic Labour Party, we believe and we know that we can do better, because we will put the people of Barbados first. So health care will be our number one priority. We did it before under Dr. Dexter James at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. When you heard, the question wasn't not to come to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital or having to wait 3 and 4 days before you are treated. What we were doing at that time is trying to reduce the wait time by a matter of hours. But now the Barbados Labour Party has extended it to days. We were trying to reduce the wait time from 8 hours to 5 hours to 3 hours. But now the wait time at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for in accident and emergency is 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, all of which should not be done. Barbadians should not be treated like that. We believe as a party, if you go to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for treatment, you should be able to see a doctor, see a nurse, and be treated or at least know what the situation is within 24 hours. If you need to be admitted to the ward, then you deal with it at that stage, but not have people sitting in chairs outside waiting 3 and 4 days even before they see a nurse, a doctor, or being treated. You don't feel comfortable until you get that call to tell you, come inside from off of those chairs and into the inside portion of accident and emergency, because that is where you are treated, that is where you are cared for. And the Democratic Labour Party, we believe and we know that Barbados has the talent and the resources. You just need to employ them. You just need to employ the Barbadian nurses. You just need to fill the vacancies at the hospital. You just need to put the specialists in place at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. You just need to make more doctors and more nurses available through the polyclinic network, and that will help Barbadians to reduce the health crisis that the Barbados Labour Party has put them under. And the Democratic Labour Party, under the leadership of Ralph Thorne, will do that for the people of Barbados. We are listening, we care, and we know your concerns. All of these are things that you hear from people daily on the call-in programs. I am certain that Andrew hears these issues when he goes out doing his canvass. I am certain that all of our candidates hear these things, but we are not just asking you these questions. We are asking you these questions because we want to do better. We want to improve this country for the people of Barbados. You have water? Even our education system is a mess under the Barbados Labour Party. Every single issue is a mess under the Barbados Labour Party, but we can do better. We know that this country can do better, and the Democratic Labour Party intends to do better for and on behalf of the people of Barbados. So that is why it's important that you get out to the polls and vote whenever the election is called. Give Andrew Cave a chance. The other person said, give me the vote and watch me. We watched for 7, 8 years. We're not happy with what we're seeing. Give Andrew Cave a chance. Give Ralph Thorne a chance. Give the Democratic Labour Party a chance. Give Corey Greenwich a chance. Give the Democratic Labour Party a chance to work with you, and you work with us to take this country to where it is supposed to be, to put Barbados and Barbadians first again. That is the mandate of the Democratic Labour Party. That is all that is needed to make wrong things right in this country, to put Barbadians first and not to act as though you care, not to make people think that you care, but you actually care and you do things on the behalf of the people of Barbados. And that is what the Democratic Labour Party is about. Not just fronting, but we intend to be doing. We intend to work with you. We are hearing you. We are seeing what is going on in this country, and we intend to make things better. Thank you. So, people of Christchurch West, it is simple. Because you don't have an alternative in the Barbados Labour Party. We are suffering under them. Give Andrew Cave a chance. Give the Democratic Labour Party